Hello and welcome back to another episode of ThirdEyeCyphs. It is 11:11. We are here together. Thank you for listening to this. If you listen to this weekly, you may know I did not post a podcast episode last week, and I gave no warning whatsoever. I did put something on my Instagram story that said, may do the podcast later or something, but I was feeling so sick. Like I don't want to give you graphic details, but I was very nauseous, and there was no way I was going to be able to carry on with the podcast, even start the podcast. And that was really all day Friday, so I was going to do it Saturday, and my weekends are just so busy that I just did not get around to it. So I apologize for that. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? This is a podcast. Welcome to it. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, welcome. Thank you for joining. This is ThirdEyeCyphs, a podcast where we talk about, first and foremost, self-realization. The realization that the self isn't really the self that we thought it was. And what is the self? I mean, I feel like everybody has their own interpretation of what the self is. Some people think the self is the ego. Some people think the self as separate from the ego, something that is beyond this physical dimension. Who knows? Who knows? I think that self-realization is realizing actually what the self is and its correlation and relationship to the universe, the eternal self. Other topics that we talk about are personal development, spiritual growth, esoteric knowledge, conspiracy theories, law of attraction, manifestation, becoming our greatest versions, anything and everything spiritual in and out of this world, and a bunch of other stuff to help you realize your truest potential, your highest potential, your truest nature, your spiritual nature. So, with that being said, this is a podcast. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And today we will be talking about how to be assertive and take control of your life. I see too many people in my life that are just not assertive enough in very small things. And if they're not assertive enough in very small things, then they won't be assertive enough in big things and be able to truly get the results in their life that they want. And I would say I used to be this way. I think through my personal growth journey, learning my self-worth, and also coming into more of a managerial position in my professional life, I would definitely say I had to be more assertive in order to give directions, in order to take charge and take authority of things and situations. So I think I kind of just embedded that in my regular personality. And when I did, I realized that we all know we have control of our own lives, but it's to the point when you're being assertive and you're taking control, conscious control, then you truly receive the results that you're looking for. So we're going to be talking about that. And that's this. This is season 4, episode 16. Welcome to ThirdEyeCyphs.
ThirdEyeCyphs. ThirdEyeCyphs.
All right, we are back. Welcome back to the podcast. How are you doing? I missed you for a week, guys. I'm sorry. I was not feeling too good. I just couldn't do it. But we're back. I guess you could say, a week break. I'm not gonna call it a break because I've been so busy. I don't know if I mentioned this last week's episode, but I am just doing so much right now, and it's so exciting because I'm doing what I want to do. And it's been great. Every day that goes by lately, I've just been saying, oh my gosh, I love my life. How many people can say that? And if you personally cannot say that about your own life, then you need to take charge, take control of your own life. And we're going to be talking about how to be assertive and take control of your life. But this is more in the aspect of being assertive towards certain situations and towards people. But if you're really trying to create a life that you enjoy, it goes way beyond being assertive, okay? You can look at, I can go through episodes that I have done on how to change your life, how to create your dream life. I will just list some to you that from what I can see right now, and you could just listen to these. I mean, I put it in everything, but there are just certain ones that you gotta listen to. So there's season 3, episode 22, Stop Making Excuses. Stop Making Excuses, the Secret to Success, or something like that. Can't really see the full title because it's pretty long. Yeah, The Key to Success. Stop Making Excuses, the Key to Success. Season 3, episode 22. Another one, let's see. How to be successful, creating the life of your dreams now. Season 3, episode 16. Next, let's see. Dun dun dun. I mean, there's a lot, guys. I can't even. There's just. I mean, you could listen to season 2, episode 17. Happiness is your birthright. There's so much. There's so much. Just go through the titles and you'll know. You'll know exactly what to do. But yeah, lately I've been saying that, and that's not something that I have been saying too often these past few months, past year, I guess you could say. I mean, maybe here and there I'll say it when something really good is happening, but every day that has been passing by, I've just been like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And if you don't know, I think I mentioned this in my last episode, recently I had just started working from home again. I was during the whole entire lockdown, but that was more of like because I had to. And I mean, not to say that I don't have to now, because I really don't have to, but I want to. And I'm having so much more time for my business. I'm doing so much more things for my business, and it's just so exciting. And I have so many great things coming for you guys, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love my life. I love being home. I'm like a homebody. I like going out, but just being home is so comfy to me, and I get to be here with my cat, and I know that she's I would literally leave home super early in the morning and then come back home at night every single day, except, yeah, no, not even weekends, every single day. That's what would happen, and she would be home by herself all day. So I'm sure she loves me being here, and it's just so great, guys. So I've been basking in my new life, and it has been amazing. And you should also start contemplating how you're going to be creating your dream life if you're not living it already. So let's get into this episode, guys. So to start off, I do like to do some announcements. I just realized I didn't even prepare with a card reading, so we're gonna have to do a live card reading while this giant helicopter just flies over my house. And give me 1 second while I pick a card deck for us. Alright. So we're gonna pull from the Energy Oracle card deck by Sandra Ann Taylor, but not yet. We will do it after the announcements. I just needed to go get that really quickly. So, number 1 announcement is... So, I know a lot of you guys see me mention it on my Instagram story. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Natalia of Earth. and my business Instagram is The Writings of Natalia. So you may see this on my story a lot. I do post mainly to bring awareness to people of the censorship that's going on social media, specifically Instagram. And you guys may get tired of me hearing it, but this is an issue, guys. And the reason why I keep saying it is because it's a serious issue. I wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't. Literally, like, I don't care about very minimal things that do not matter. This matters because this is I understand it's like social media, like it's a social media platform, so Instagram has every right to control what goes on it since it is their platform. But it's the change. It's like the change. If it was already like that, like if it from the beginning it was that censored, then we would already know what we're coming into. But we were able to post basically whatever we wanted, and now it's at the point where you can't even say, wow, that's dumb. And literally it's like you're getting banned from Instagram because you have an opinion about something. And not to say that, like, you should go around saying things are dumb. I mean, it's not like that. But I mean, like, somebody made a comment, and they posted the comment just to show how ridiculous it was, that they said, I think you're just being ignorant. That was the comment. I think you're just being ignorant. And it literally got taken down by Instagram. And then they were saying, oh, if you make another comment like this again, we're going to, like, delete your profile or suspend your profile or something like that. Like, that's so ridiculous, and it wasn't even like that before. So anyways, a lot of the pages that I follow are pages that spread awareness of information about the BS that is going on in our GOV, in our world, in our society, really, but also very enlightening topics, very spiritual topics, and things to basically wake up the masses. And these accounts are being threatened because they're trying to spread information. And it's disgusting, I will say. But with that being said, people are moving off of Instagram. Now, we're still posting on Instagram, but we're kind of exploring our options just in case of anything. So a lot of people are moving off of Instagram. And in case of anything, I know I have the ThirdEyeCyphs Facebook group, but Facebook controls Instagram, so Facebook obviously controls Facebook. I'm not going to be posting too much in there anymore. I actually started a Telegram channel. A lot of people do have Telegram, and a lot of the pages that I follow switched over to Telegram as well. So if you would like to follow ThirdEyeCyphs on Telegram, that is the name of the channel. It's literally just ThirdEyeCyphs, no spaces in between. And I will be posting the information that I usually share in the Facebook group in the Telegram chat. I'll also be posting it in the Facebook group just in case some people don't go to the Telegram and stay on Facebook. But if you're listening to this and you have Telegram, the channel is ThirdEyeCyphs, and I'll be posting information in there. So that is the first announcement. The second is, if you haven't already, listen to Season 4, Episode 9, that is where I talk about the current revolution that's happening with the censorship, with the taking away our freedom of speech, our freedom of choice, all of that, everything that's basically going down right now. It's only getting worse, I want to say. It's not getting terribly worse, but it's only increasing, I should say. So it is something that we should be aware about, and we should know our rights, and we should know where we stand when it comes to this. This isn't a situation where we need to be in limbo in. We need to know, do I want my rights or not? Do I deserve my rights as a human? And the answer should be yes, but that's all an opinion, I guess. Next announcement, enough with that-ish, I started a new podcast. Now you must be saying, well, you just literally skipped a whole week on this podcast, you're gonna start a new one? Well, yes, actually, absolutely. You are absolutely correct. So I'm not gonna be doing this podcast weekly. I'm just gonna kind of do it when I'm in the mood. I will try to do it weekly, but there's no set date. It's just to kind of get an episode out there every week. And it's very short. It's going to be less than 30 minutes each. And it's called Manifesting Millions. Now, I wasn't going to share that podcast with this podcast, but I mean, I thought, why the hell not? This podcast, I talk about, spiritual topics, how to become our greatest version, personal growth and development and spiritual growth, and again, conspiracy theories, everything that I listed in the beginning. But this one, it's called Manifesting Millions because it's about my personal journey towards millionaire lifestyle, and also it's filled with affirmations, and it's mainly meant for people who are also trying to build a millionaire lifestyle. So it's just like daily motivation, daily mindset things, affirmations to kind of put you in that success mindset, that go-getter mindset. So it's not really related to this podcast, even though I do mention a lot of the same topics because we are talking about universal laws, law of attraction, manifestation, things like that. But this podcast, I'm not going to be telling you how to become a millionaire, because how are you going to take advice from somebody who's not even a millionaire yet, or so I say, right? So I'm not saying like this is how you become a millionaire. Like, that's not it at all. I'm learning from millionaires, okay? I'm not here teaching how to be a millionaire to anybody. But what it is my personal journey on my way to the millionaire lifestyle, what I've learned, what I'm learning, and the mindset that I know. Because even though I currently do not have $1 million in my bank account, I'll say it like that, I do know a lot about manifestation, and I do know a lot about law of attraction, and I exercise it daily, and I know how to use it. So that is basically what the podcast is manifesting millionaire lifestyle. So there's affirmations and things to keep you manifesting, things to keep you aware how to keep manifesting positive things, etc., but mainly towards the topic of building a millionaire lifestyle. So I may be like talking about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my Lambo, blah blah, a bunch of bougie-ish, but none of it's really egotistical. It's really, it's funny, like, it's none of it's egotistical. No, but it's really not. It's really just like talking about what it is, what the end result is, and being grateful for it and celebrating it, because that is what it is. You celebrate and you be grateful for it because it is here now, it is there. So I'm not like, haha, yeah, I'm getting a Lambo, nobody else has a Lambo. Like, it's nothing like that. It's just like, oh, this is actually what I'm creating. I'm creating receiving a Lamborghini and a giant mansion and all the ish that I want. I don't, I keep seeing Corvettes around, guys, and I don't know. Might get a Corvette instead, but that's for the other podcast. That's basically what that is, okay? So it's mainly to get you thinking about your own millionaire lifestyle. So if you want to listen to that podcast, it's called Manifesting Millions. I think it might only be on Spotify right now. I think I have to do a bit of work to get it on other platforms. But if you listen to this on Spotify, I'm sure you can look it up and check it out now. And be sure to follow it, guys. If you don't follow this podcast already, make sure to follow it, set notifications. And if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts, please leave a review. That is such a big thing, such an important thing for this podcast, to get it out to people. So, and even if you don't have it on Apple, I think you could just go to the Apple website, like Apple Podcasts, ThirdEyeCyphs, and give it a rating. So if you would do that, I would love you eternally, even though I love you eternally now. And last but not least, I do have a lot of stuff coming for you, a lot of merch. I'm going to be selling a lot of things. I know that the Writings of Natalia shop is open now. It always has been before I even relaunched the Writings of Natalia. So if you looked on Natalia of Earth, I had a shop, and I had like the link to my website where you can buy my zine, you can buy bookmarks. But I think that's all that's on it now is bookmarks and my zine. So that was like the only thing that was on there. But it is open. It's open currently now, but I'm going to launch it, like relaunch it on my business Instagram with a bunch of new things. So launching my publishing company, which is so exciting. It's literally a dream come true. I just got a box of books in, and I have another box of more books coming in. And it's just so exciting, guys. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it so much. You're gonna love it. Trust me, you are going to love it, I swear. So yeah, I have a lot of new merch coming and a lot of fun things. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Follow the writings of Natalia on Instagram so you can be the first to know. Okay, well, that is that. That's that for the announcement, guys. So let's get into this card reading really quickly. Sorry I didn't have this prep for you. Shuffle, clearing from past readings. I did a really good full moon reading for myself the other day. Guys, did you feel that energy from the full moon? That thing was crazy, okay? My head was killing me for hours, and I didn't even know that it was because of the moon. I was just like, yo, why is my head killing me? And then I saw a post that somebody made that was like, oh, your head might be hurting due to the full moon. And I was like, what the oh, okay. And then, like, I mean, anybody could say that, but I really had a big headache. And then another thing that slide said was like, make sure to watch out for your fingers. And as soon as it said that, I almost had a heart attack, because literally like 20 minutes before that, I literally crunched my finger, or like pinched it in this freaking cart thing that I was trying to put away, and it hurt so bad I couldn't do anything. It was like, watch your fingers, and I was like, what? This is crazy. And then it said, oh, you might try to incorporate a new workout in your exercise routine. And I was like, what the hell? I literally just started like some workout exercise journey thing on that day too. So I was just like, what the heck? This thing is like reading my life. I felt like somebody was like watching my life and then just like putting it in a freaking Instagram carousel slide post, whatever. But yeah, it's crazy. Just to mention really quickly about my new exercise journey. So it's basically like, say I practice yoga every day, but it's more of like yoga. It's not like workout type of yoga. So after I practice, well, I've been doing a lot of power yoga recently, and then I'm adding weights afterwards, and like more of like Pilates type things, and then I'm dancing after, because dancing burns calories, guys. But not only that, but like if you do certain types of like movements and things, it kind of works out your core. So that's what I've been doing. But anyways, I took a before picture today. Today's like day 3 of it, I guess you could say. I took a before picture, so I'm excited to see. I don't know how long progress is supposed to take. Like if I take like an after picture, I guess I could do like I'll take like another picture in a month. Yeah, I guess a month. Damn, can I do this for a month? I don't really like exercising, honestly. I mean, I love yoga. I guess that's an exercise, but I don't take that as exercise. Like, I don't really like working, like consciously like work it, like 1, 2, like that's so, I don't want to say it's so dumb, but like it's not dumb at all. But it's just like me, like I don't want to do that. I don't have any motivation to do that. Like sometimes I feel like I'm fat. I know I'm not, but like, I mean, that's why some people work out, like, oh, I want to lose weight. Like, I don't think that at all. If anything, I want to gain weight, but not really. Like, I just kind of want to stay regular, but I don't want to be, like, flabby. I don't know. That's just, like, a personal thing. Anyways, so let me just put my attention into these cards now. Universe, what do you have to tell us this week? What is the message for this week? What is the message for this week? This week, for my listeners on ThirdEyeCyphs, everybody listening, put your intentions. What can this be for you? What is this card reading for you? What does this card have to say for you? What is the card for this week? What does somebody need to know this week? What does somebody need to know this week? I kind of just like repeat this in my head. What does somebody need to know this week? Okay. I think we're good here. What does somebody need to know this week? Well, this actually might be a good card. So, we got the storm warning card, warning of a storm, but we got it in reverse, which could possibly mean a storm is passing. The worst has come and it is gone, but let's double check by reading what it says. Clouds on the horizon. In reverse, this card indicates that the dark times are behind you. What did I say? Or at least beginning to fall away. You can take heart that sunny skies and better times are on the horizon. This new light may bring a time of reassessment and redirection for you. Let yourself consider where you want to go next. Also, spend some time reflecting on the difficulty that has passed. What was the lesson for you? Whether it's about self-love or empowerment, remember to bring these intentions and lessons learned into your bright new path. The affirmation for this is, repeat after me, people, I have the power to overcome any obstacle. No matter what is going on, I can be strong, confident, and self-directed. I have the power to overcome any obstacle. No matter what is going on, I can be strong, confident, and self-directed. So, you may be feeling this energy with the full moon that just passed. This full moon was very much about letting go, releasing, clearing away the things that no longer serve us. But at the same time, it was being aware of what our values are, what we want to work towards. Yes, we're letting go what we no longer want, but we need to keep in mind what we do want and what we do want to work towards. So, cloudy skies may be fading away, but now it's time. This light is bringing you to reassess where it is that you want to go. This new light may bring a time of reassessment and redirection for you. Let yourself consider where you want to go. And then take the lessons of your past, what you've learned from these dark times, and bring it with you into these newer times so that you can transition easily and smoothly and be more wise when it comes to this new path in your life. So, good news, guys. That's good news. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. You guys gotta be grateful. Gratitude's everything. I've been so grateful lately. Me saying that, literally, so the full moon card reading that I did for myself, it was a 3-card spread. The first card was supposed to be, what was it? Oh, where do I need to slow down and be more mindful? That was the question. Then the second one was, what can I incorporate, or how can I make my morning and evening routine work for me? Like, what can I make my morning and evening routine? And then the last one was, where am I wasting energy, or where can I reclaim my energy? That's what it was. Where can I reclaim my energy, reclaim my power? And the card that I got for my morning routine and my evening routine is appreciation and gratitude, and bringing gratitude into my routine. And it has been in my routine for the past weeks, I would say. So I really think that's why I got it, because I've been really appreciative and I've been really grateful in my practices and my life recently. So, and I've just been so big on gratitude because it's so important to be grateful for the things that you have now, so that you can allow more things to be grateful for to enter into your life. I did a whole episode, the whole first episode. Well, okay, so in my new podcast, Manifesting Millions, the first one was just kind of a history about me, my manifestation journey, how I ended up here, and what I'm manifesting. But then the second episode, which is like kind of like the real first episode, is about gratitude and being grateful for what you have now and being grateful for what you intend to manifest, because it is here now as well. So I don't know, I've just been on this whole gratitude kick lately, maybe because Thanksgiving's coming up, but that's in a whole new month. I mean, I don't know, guys, we'll see. So, getting into this podcast, how to be assertive and take control of your life. How can we be more assertive and take control of your life? So, I'm just going to kind of give an example of the things I have been seeing from people around me who are not assertive enough, and kind of let people and situations walk over them, and they kind of like deal with it, and they're kind of just like, oh, I guess so, or whatever. Let me think of an example. I don't want to call anybody out, that's why. No, I don't know too many people, so anybody who knows me listening to this, like, I know who she's talking about already. No, I'm joking. No, I've seen it from freaking somebody recently. I can't even... Okay, let me just give a random example that I'm making up. So, say... okay, I'll use me as an example. So lately, on the weekends, I've been going with my boyfriend to work while he works, and I mean, you must be like, what? But so his job is he just does deliveries. He delivers juices to people, and I just sit in the car and I read books. So I've been getting a lot of reading done because I'm just sitting in the car for hours reading. But a lot of the times we stop to use the bathroom in places. So we stopped at a McDonald's once to use the bathroom, and it was just me. I had to use the bathroom, so then I went to go run in, and the McDonald's was so crowded. And then, so I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna stand here in this line. So I kind of went to where you're supposed to pick up the food, but it looked like there was only like 2 people working there when it was so busy that nobody even like saw me stand. I was like, and my boyfriend's basically on the clock. Like, I'm not gonna make him wait and like waiting. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh my gosh, should I just leave? Like, I'll hold it in or whatever. And then literally, like, I'm just standing there and I'm contemplating if I should leave or not. And then I hear like tss, tss, tss behind me, like a spraying. And I was like, what? And then I turn around and I see somebody like cleaning the tables. Like, I kind of knew it was like, oh, somebody's cleaning. And I turn around and I see somebody cleaning the table. And it's like some guy cleaning the table, and he works there, but he's just cleaning the table. So then I turn back around and I keep standing there, and I was just like, I thought like, oh, maybe I could ask him. And then I was like, nah, that's okay, I won't ask him. And then I literally stand there for like 2 more seconds, and I was like, wait, what the heck? Why aren't I gonna go ask him? So then I go up to him and be like, is there a key to the bathroom? And he's like, oh yeah, I'll get it for you. And then he goes and brings me a key, and I get to go to the bathroom. But in that situation, like, I could have just like, oh, I guess I won't use the bathroom and I'll have to hold it until the next time. Or what I did do was be more assertive, took control, and was like, no, I'm gonna ask this guy to use the bathroom. I know that's a pretty like whack example, but it's a pretty simple, that's what I'm saying about the small things. People like just let small things like this happen all the time. Okay, for example, I'll use my boyfriend as an example. I don't think he listens to this too much, but if he does, I'm using you as an example, my love. I'm sorry. Like, okay, let me think of one time, mostly phone calls with him. And if he is making a phone call to ask somebody about information, so let's say it's a doctor. Okay, now I'm just kind of using like an example, like a random example. So he calls the doctor and he's like, hi, I want to know, what, oh, this is a bad example. I'm trying to wing it. Okay, let's do a real example that happened with him. So, during quarantine, before quarantine happened, he had a gym membership, right? And during lockdown, the gym closed. But I think they reopened for like a little tiny bit in the middle of it. So they started memberships back up and he was charged. But he didn't know that they were gonna open back up. He wasn't gonna go to the gym because of quarantine, and he was charged. So he wanted to call them and tell them like, oh, hey, like I was charged and like I'm not going to the gym right now because of quarantine. And they're like, oh yeah, but we don't do basically like they had no refund policy, and they were open, so they had every right to charge him, which I understand because I manage a yoga studio and it's kind of the same situation. So, but the thing is that he wasn't notified, so that's enough to kind of have an argument. So then he was kind of just like, when she said that on the phone, and I'm sitting there right next to him, and then he was kind of like, oh, are you serious? Like, oh, okay, like this. And I was like, man, give me the phone. I literally took the phone from him. I was like, hi, excuse me, blah, blah, blah. Like, he had no notification that he was going to be charged, and you can't just charge somebody without telling them. I mean, we're in quarantine, we're in lockdown, like nobody's expecting to go to the gym right now. I kind of did like this whole spiel, and in the end, at the end of the conversation, he ended up getting a refund. So this is just like small things where like we need to take charge of certain situations in our life. And these are just very tiny things. Like, for example, Another thing, if your boss, I'm gonna do like a third person, not a third person, but I'm gonna like say it as a false example, even though it's kind of personal. If you believe that you deserve to get paid a certain amount because of the amount of work and energy that you put in and time that you put in to your job, and then when it comes time for you to get a raise, and then you only get a raise of like 50 cents, even though you believe you should get a raise of like $3, and then you're like, oh man, like this sucks, I only got a raise of 50 cents, and you're gonna continue being miserable, but you're gonna take it, right? You're not gonna say anything about it. This is when you need to be assertive and take charge and say, hey, no, I believe that I deserve $3 more because of how much time and energy I've been putting into this job. And you can put in so much back, like I've done this for the job, I've done this for the job, I've been working here this long, blah, blah, blah. And you can have a pretty strong stance. And this is all about coming into who you are, what you want, knowing your worth, and knowing what you deserve. And knowing what sort of outcome that you want in your life, and not allowing people or certain circumstances to move you away from that, to make you feel less powerful than what you are. So how can we do this? How can we do this? How can we be more assertive and take control of your life? You could be a really shy person. You could be very just like to yourself. Like you don't really have that power or that fire within you. And I'm here to spark it up for you. Okay? It's all about the fire. It's all about self-worth. It's all about self-love, really. There's no reason why somebody should be more powerful. There's no reason why somebody should feel more powerful than you feel powerful. You know what I mean? Like, I feel powerful. I feel like I can take on the world. I feel like I can challenge anybody who comes to me because I know who I am. I know my worth. I know what I deserve, and I know what I want out of my life. See, you are the controller of your own life. You are the co-creator of your own life. The main creator is the universe itself. We can't really argue with that. But we can take control of the circumstances that do happen in our life. We can say what we want to say. We can argue with what we want to argue. We can be who we want to be. We have this ability. We have this ability to stand in our own power. And it's all about strength, but knowing who you are, truly. Knowing your worth, really. And I feel like those two go hand in hand. If you know who you truly are, then you know your worth. And who are you truly? You're God itself, okay? I cannot stress this enough. You are every single thing in this universe, equally as much as anybody else. The richest freaking man, most powerful man on the earth, I don't know who that is. Probably some, I don't want to call them Illuminati. What is it? Social engineers. These are terrible social engineers that love to steal our money. They have power. They know what they want. They know who they are. And they come into their own power by saying, like, I am bigger than you. I, like, control you, basically. But it's that power within them that make them as powerful as they think they are, or as we make them are. As we make them are. I didn't mean to say are at the end of that. So imagine if 100, 1,000 of us with that same power inside of ourselves, knowing who we are, stood up to that one guy, he wouldn't have any power. He's just a freaking guy. But if it's you who doesn't know who you are, doesn't know how to say anything back, doesn't know how to take a stance in anything, and this guy who absolutely does, he's gonna tell you, no, you're gonna get paid this month, this much. No, you're gonna get, I'm taking $500,000 out of your bank account. I'm putting you in jail. I don't know, whatever it is, but he's going to say, and you might be like, oh, okay, like, so it's learning who you are, learning your power, learning that you have equally as much power within you as anybody else. It's just that those people that stand in that power know how to stand in their power. So the first step to being assertive and taking control of your life is knowing who you are. And know. I keep stuttering, stopping. And know that you are equally as powerful as anybody and anything else. You have that ability. You are the universe. You have the ability to manifest anything that you like in your life. With that sort of power, you should know how powerful you are. Knowing your worth. You're equally as worthy as somebody else. There is no difference between me and you, okay? There's no difference between me, you, and, as Ralph Smart likes to say, the cat down the road. There's no difference between me and freaking Bill Gates, except he has a freaking monopoly over people and I don't. And I don't want to have a monopoly over people, okay? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of differences, but at the most fundamental level, and that's what I'm saying, like, I'm sure there's a lot of differences between me and you. We probably have different hair colors, we probably have different backgrounds, we probably grew up in different areas, we probably have different accents, we probably have different genders, whatever it is, there's tons of differences, and that's what makes us unique, right? That's what makes us our own special person. But when it comes down to the fundamental level and energetical level, we are all human. We are all made of energy. We are all the same when it comes to energy. That's how God sees us. God sees us as, oh, you are all just like little beings that I created. We're all the same. We're like a bunch of ants in an ant farm or whatever. We're all ants. I mean, I know there's like a queen ant, but imagine there wasn't a queen ant, okay? Maybe we're a bunch of roaches, okay? Ew, I don't think it was like a queen roach, king roach. Ew, I don't even want to imagine a bunch of roaches. It's kind of gross. But that's basically what we freaking are. We're all humans, right? There's no king human. There's no queen human. I mean, yeah, it was like the Queen of England, but I mean, like, who? We just created that. Like, that's not even a real thing. So there is no difference between you and another human. Except one that knows how to be assertive just knows how to be assertive, knows their worth, knows to stand in their power. Should be writing this down, guys. Another thing, know what you want. How can you know what to be assertive about if you don't know what you want? Know what sort of outcome that you want in your life. A lot of people want to get what they want. That's the first thing that you should know what you want. I know that I want what I want. Whatever I want, I know I want it. That should be the first one. And it's nothing like physical possession. Like, I'm not talking about physical possessions, like materialistic objects or anything like that. But like, if I want this job, I know that I want this job. If I want this car, I know that I want this car. If I want this lifestyle, I know that I want this lifestyle. So know exactly what you want. Nobody likes to not get what they want. If you've been hoping for something and then you get the opposite, you may feel down, you might feel defeated, right? Or disappointed. This means that you wanted what you wanted and you didn't receive it. So in that case that happens, at least you know what you want. Now that in this situation where you did not receive it, do you still want that thing? And if so, how can you still move towards that thing? It's like a goal. It is a goal. It's like a dream. When freaking I used this reference yesterday when I recorded the other podcast. But it's like, if you have a dream, right? If you want to build, let's use my business, for example. I am aiming to build a multi-billion-dollar company, right? So let's say I'm years deep and I'm almost $1 million in. And then something happens and my entire business crashes to the ground. I still want that multi-million-dollar business. So am I gonna let that crash down and be like, oh, it crashed down. guess to do something else, or guess it didn't work, and cry about it or whatever. No, I'm gonna start right back up and keep going because I want what I want. I want a multi-billion-dollar company, and that is what I'm going towards. I'm not gonna let anything stop me from that. If you want something hard enough, or truly, or badly enough, that fire within you will start. Know what you want. I think that's kind of the best thing, the best advice that I can give you when it comes to starting that fire within you, sparking that explosion, that fuel, whatever analogy I was trying to do there. Know what you want. And how badly do you want it? Wanting something so bad will start that fire within you. It will spark that motivation within you because you are going to do everything that you can to receive what you want. So, moving from there, don't let anything stop you. Don't let small things stop you. I want to go back to the gym example that I gave. I'm gonna stand in my boyfriend's place, right? I wanted that refund because I deserve that refund. I wasn't notified and I want my money back. This is a situation that's happening in the country. I'm not working. This is just like an example. I'm in his place. I'm not working and I need that money. And nobody told me that they were going to take this money out. I didn't even know that you guys reopened. And you're going to tell me that I'm not getting a refund because you were open and there's no refund policy, but there should be some exemption due to these circumstances. And I'm not hanging up this phone until I get my refund because this is ridiculous, right? Stand in your power. Stand in your place. Know who you are. Don't let anything brush you down. I just started newsletters recently. If you want to join my newsletter, I'm doing weekly newsletters. This week's newsletter was about being as strong as a mountain, being as stable as a mountain, unmoving. Mountains do not move when it rains, when the wind blows. They don't come crumbling down. They are strong and firm in their place. And we need to learn from the mountains and be an example of that when it comes to facing our issues, our fears, our enemies, our life. Be strong in who you are and what you want. Know what you want and know who you are and know that you're worthy of it. It's all about personal power. When you have personal power and you know who you are and you know what you want, you can easily be more assertive and you can easily take control of your life. The universe is always listening to you. Be assertive with the universe. Because the universe, all the universe is a reflection of you. When you're assertive to the universe, when you're assertive to your external, you're being assertive to yourself. When you're assertive to yourself, you're being assertive to the external. You're being assertive to the universe. And then you could bring manifestation into this. I want whatever it is. I want a new car. I want let's do exact cars. I don't really know too many car brands, so I'll use my Lambo again. I want a 2020 Murcielago Lamborghini in the color gold. I want a gold Murcielago Lamborghini and I will not stop until I get one. So let's say this is the goal, right? This is another example. Let's say this is my goal. I'm not stopping until I get a gold Murcielago Lamborghini. The universe knows now that I want a gold Murcielago Lamborghini. And I'm telling the universe, I'm not gonna stop until I get my Murcielago Lamborghini. And the universe is like, oh, you're gonna get your Lambo, but I'm gonna test you to see how bad you want it, to see if you've learned anything from coming into your power and being more assertive. How bad do you want it? How strongly do you know that you want it? How strongly do you know yourself? Do you know your worth? How strongly do you think you deserve it? And you can walk in there and you could have the money for the Murcielago and you could put it on the table, be like, hey, I want my Lamborghini. And the person could look at you all judging, and you could be dressed in like regular clothes. Maybe they're expecting somebody in more fancy clothes and they think you don't have money or to make payments on it or whatever it is. And they're like, yeah, no, we'll call you. I'm like, what do you mean you'll call me? There is no you'll call me. If you didn't know who you were, if you didn't know what you wanted, if you let people walk over, you'd be like, oh, okay, when should I expect a call? Or, oh, you'll call me? Do you want my phone number? Oh, you don't want my phone number? Okay, you'll just know my phone number? Like, you'll just let it happen. You'll be like, okay, I guess I'm not getting my Lamborghini today. But if you know who you are, if you know your worth, you know damn well you deserve that Lamborghini, you're gonna be like, what do you mean you're gonna call me? I have the money right now. I'm walking out of here with my Lamborghini. What's the issue? Why do you need to call me? And they're gonna be like, oh, well, we have somebody else in value. Like, you don't have any other Lamborghinis? Like, yeah, we do. Oh, maybe over there. I'm like, okay, so give me their phone number right now. Let me call them. Or you call them. That was like something that happened. I'm gonna use another personal example. I had these giant tube fluorescent light bulbs from my job that I needed to take to a recycling center. And I called every single recycling center in my area in LA to see if they would accept these light bulbs, because only certain like recycling centers like take certain light bulbs or whatever. So I called every single one and they all directed me to this one place, right? This one library that had a recycling center. So I take it to the recycling center, to the library, and they're like, oh, we don't take that. And I was like, okay, I just called every single place in LA and they all told me to come here. And they're like, yeah, sorry, we don't take that. And they were about to just like let me walk. And I was like, okay, so then direct me to where I can take it, because it says on your website, everybody has told me to come here. The LA freaking state, county, whatever, LA County, all told me to come here. So you need to tell me where to go since you don't take it. And I literally had them sitting there searching on the internet, looking all over LA for where they could take it. And then they ended up, they're like, you know what, we'll just take it, but this is the only time we'll take it. And I'm like, yeah, you better damn well take it, because I'm not gonna keep calling and driving around when everybody's gonna keep sending me here and you're gonna tell me no. You need to talk to them and tell them that you don't accept these light bulbs. There's this whole thing. But I don't do that anymore. I can't take it. I don't have time for it. So your time is valuable. Your time is valuable. Your life is valuable. Every day that goes by is a day moving closer to your dream, to your end goal. Are you going to waste time on things and circumstances that are going to try to take that away from you? That are going to try to take your power away from you, to try to move you off of your path towards your achievement? No. You can't have that. Know who you are, know what you want, and be assertive to anything, towards circumstances, towards situations. Let's say you have an end goal of making, let's say by the end of 2021, the end of this year, you want to have, let's say $5,000 in your bank account, right? And then, this is your goal, right? You're like, okay, I'm just gonna pick up extra hours at work. I'm gonna get $5,000 by the end of this year. And then you lose your job. You must be thinking like, oh my gosh, now I'll never make $5,000 by the end of the year. I don't have a job now. I'm not gonna find a job that pays me as much, blah, blah, blah. Or you can say, this is the perfect opportunity for me to take charge of what I really want to do. How can I reach this end goal by the end of the year and still get a new job if I want one? And whatever else it might be, right? Take control, right? So you might start looking for another job, or you might say, how many ways can I make money right now? How much money do I have now? How much more money do I need to reach that $5,000 mark? Can I sell things? Can I do this? It's all about action. What can I do now to move me closer to what I want? No matter the circumstance, no matter what people tell you. Know what you want in any circumstance. If something happens where there's an outcome that you didn't expect or that isn't favorable to you, and you truly do want that outcome, think of how you can get it and how can you be more assertive in your life to receive that. Okay, that is it. I've been in my power lately. People, you can hear it in my voice. And that's why I really wanted to make this episode. I think something happened that I saw, and I was just like, man, people need to know how to step into their power more. And I wrote it in my phone. I was like, I need to do a freaking episode on this. So here it is. Here it was. Here it is. Thank you for joining me. This has been another episode of ThirdEyeCyphs. My name is Natalia, and I am so excited for all of the things I have in store for you. Listen to my other podcast called Manifesting Millions if you are trying to start your millionaire lifestyle. If you want me to go more into detail about what I'm doing, I will do that on this podcast. I'm not doing it on that podcast. And we can talk about it. We can talk about your journey, your millionaire lifestyle journey, if that's what you're working towards. And yeah, join the Telegram group, guys. It's called ThirdEyeCyphs. It's a channel on Telegram, and I will be posting things on there. You can also add me on Telegram. It's Natalia Lee 1111 1111. So 4 ones basically. Natalia Lee 1111. And yeah, I was gonna make it Natalia of Earth, but I didn't want to share my Instagram with my other podcast, and that's where I'm having them join because I'm starting a group chat with the millionaire lifestyle people. And I didn't want them to know my Instagram. I didn't want them to know my business. So I didn't tell them what this podcast is called, whatever, etc., etc. So, but I'm sharing it with you guys because you guys deserve to listen to it, especially if you are trying to manifest wealth, lots of wealth in your life, then you deserve it. So that is that. Follow me on Instagram, Natalia of Earth, The Writings of Natalia. And check out my website, thewritingsofnatalia.com. It is pretty freaking cool, guys. Check it out. And what else? What else? I had something else really quickly. Dang it. I think that's it. I'm trying to think. Can't think of anything. Nope. That's it. Whatever. I had something and then I lost it, but it's okay. Alright. This has been another episode, guys. Check out the other podcasts. Check me out on Instagram. And yeah, look forward to some cool things coming. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Alright. Peace. Have a wonderful week. And learn your power. Don't let anybody tell you ish. Know who you are. You are God, you are the universe, you are everything and infinity, and you deserve to know it, you deserve to stand in it, and you deserve to receive anything that you aim to achieve. Alright, peace.
Hari Om. This episode has been brought to you by the writings of Natalia.com. Jai Ma.